The St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Department held a week of activities. This was in celebration of World Firefighters Day, which was held on the 4th May. Throughout the week, the public was educated on the role and service of the Fire and Rescue Department. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Rommel Williams and Timothy Martin, who are both fire substation officers. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So we're going to dive right into the meat of it. How was the week of activities for you both, and what activities did you participate in?
Well, the week of activities, it was very good for us. It was exciting, a lot of fun. Okay. We had a lot of activities.
But for sure, certainly I enjoyed the entire week. There were some aspects of the week. I'm still pumped and excited to see what we're going to pull off next year.
Okay.
So I actually and literally feel, still feel the week
Adrenaline.
of activities. Literally feel the week of activities.
So I saw you at the square because you were part of the open day. I was one of the persons who you showed the different things to.
Yes.
Did you participate in any of the other activities specifically?
Yes, well, the week would have started from the Sunday. You know, we would have attended a church service at the Antioch Baptist Church, and then we went into Community Day, which was the
Not forgetting over in Nevis, they had a church service as well as the Wesleyan Holiness Church.
So what we try to do, we try to have a similar.
Oh, you mirror the
On
activities.
both
Okay.
islands, where it was possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could have both, you know, divisions involved, all of the activities. So the Monday we would have conducted a community day, which was one of the most impactful day for me. As we got the opportunity to go out into the community and visit an institution and make a contribution to that institution. Our station last year, our division, we chose the children's home
Nice.
to visit the children's home, and you know, we gave them a care package, nice heavy package, and we also gave them the opportunity, you know, to just get a ride on the fire truck. They did some drills. They actually used the fire hose. They were able to discharge water. I mean, they had a lot of fun. Now, what was most touching for me is listening to them. They have big dreams, you know.
Okay.
They have really big dreams. And one of the females, she said, I want to work for a department, but I don't want to work for a department to open a fire. I want to fix the fire trucks.
Oh, there you go.
She wants to be the mechanic.
Yes.
That's good.
No, I grew up in fire department. Most of my years were spent in the maintenance division, so you know that.
Touch your hand.
Yes.
Indeed.
So I was like, please, how old are you? Hurry up. Because I want to be around when this happened, because you would literally change history for fire department, because we
good.
never had a female part of maintenance.
Right, but I think you have had a female driver.
Yes, we have a few now. We have a few now. They're really aggressive females at the fire department.
I like
Yes.
that. And what about you, Timothy? Any activity stood out for you?
Well, the part that stood out for me was the Friday, but maybe we could go down the list and then come to that. day.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were at what, Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, Monday.
So you could go on to Tuesday.
So Tuesday, we all road led to Nevis, where we had a drill display in the heart of Charlestown. And some of the activities that took place, we had a ladder hinge technique where we rescue a patient from off of a roof. And
Simulation.
it was actually a live person
With live
inside.
person.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Live person inside.
Okay.
So we were the rescuers, both Rommel and myself. We went up, put them in a basket, attached that basket to a ladder, and by lowering the ladder to the ground, the basket was safely to the ground as well, with the patient in it intact.
Okay.
We also had a fireman carry from a height. So another balcony where we put an officer across, well, a patient across our shoulder.
Oh my goodness.
It was an officer though.
That's okay if anything happens.
I'm concerned already. And I wasn't there.
and we had to bring down that person using a ladder. Yeah, so that was pretty much exciting. The audience, who was watching, they loved that.
I was just about to ask, what was the public's
Members
favorite?
of the general public, they did come out
Okay.
to look and participate in the drill display. They enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was something done in St. Kitts too?
Yes.
Drill display?
That was on Friday.
That was on the Friday?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, because on the Tuesday we only had activities in Nevis.
Yeah.
Right? We can have any activity on
In St.
Tuesday,
Kitts.
on
Okay.
St. Kitts. But some of us would have had to travel to Nevis to
Okay.
take part in that activity.
The
And
Wednesday?
it was just to showcase Nevis on a whole, and what the guys them over there are capable of doing.
So what about the Wednesday?
So the Wednesday now we had an open day, which you had
I went to it.
at the Independence Square. Over in Nevis as well, they had one at the Charlestown Fire Station. So it was simultaneous between both islands.
Okay.
And additional to the open day, well, with the open day, persons, the general public, they had a chance to come and interact with the fire department to see all that we do, the equipment, the gears, the
Yes.
uniform.
This is a full uniform when you're going in
yes.
to combat the fire.
Yes.
Not full. This is just
Oh,
half.
this is the top.
This is just half.
Oh, okay. So the pants
just
would be
that.
The
different.
full suit
Made
looks
it
exactly like this: with trousers, helmet, heat hoods, face shields, gloves, the whole works.
full works.
Yeah.
And isn't it kind of
Makes
heavy?
you look like you
Is
come
it
out of
heavy?
a sci-fi movie.
Well, it's not. I would have to speak for us. It's not heavy for us having this on for such a long time.
So you've gotten accustomed.
And both of us, we have like 20 years of service.
Look at
So
that.
Nice.
Congrats.
We are accustomed to this. So it's not heavy for us.
But
It might be heavy for you.
Over the years, they have made the material a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first joined, we had some heavy material.
Okay, so
So, gentlemen, we were just talking about the activities that would have taken place last week. Which one do you think was the public favorite?
We would have to say it was the Friday, because we had a greater public support on that day, as we normally do every year.
Yeah,
The public literally looks out for the Friday. Unfortunately, the crowd might not have been so thick this year because the venue was changed.
Okay.
Because of all the traffic lights and so installed by Rams now, we cannot use that venue anymore, so we had to go over to Port Sante. But nonetheless, we had a good crowd still. They cheered, they supported. I think that is what gave us our drive, to keep, going.
We have a short clip of that. Maybe we can have a look at it now. Wow. That was fantastic.
Yes, it was, yes.
Okay, so we saw quite a bit of activity, and this is the type of things that firemen would have to do in a fire. For example, they have to quickly go up the ladder,
Yes.
and they have to be able to move heavy things like a tire.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course.
Right?
I was amazed how he got up the ladder and got over the ladder and came down. And then I
in a
thought he was just going to hit on the tire, but then he's hitting the tire to move it. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
a lot
it
of work.
is. It is. It is.
So how
Yes,
did
it
you
is.
gentlemen get into firefighting? What was your inspiration?
Well, I got into firefighting because of a friend.
Okay.
He told me that fire was separating from police. At the time I was working at the electricity department, and I thought, hey, this might be a good venture for me.
Okay.
And I joined. I've never regretted it since.
Okay, good.
Okay, what about you?
Well, my story is similar. I had friends who just left school and they went straight to the fire department. So they told me about fire department as well. But I most of it was because I felt like I needed to get a good job so that I'd be able to contribute to the household. So fire department was a good avenue for me to be able to achieve that. So I joined, and like my good friend, good friend, I never regretted it one day.
Okay.
Never.
But then there must have been some scary experiences during that time. Have any of you driven a truck, by the way? And I must confess, I love big trucks. So have any of you ever driven the trucks? Because I know there are specific drivers because they receive special training, etc. But have you?
We both have license for the fire.
Nice, nice.
As a matter of fact, what we do, we try to get all of our fire officers up to standard with the Class C license to drive the fire trucks, so that at no point we would have a shortage of drivers.
Oh,
we can't afford to not have drivers.
Yeah.
So that is a program that we have in place in trying to get new drivers all the time.
nice. But what about the experiences? Tell us, any close calls going into fight a fire?
Rommel, that's, I think you should start. I think you should start.
Too many.
I would say the same thing as well.
But one that I could recall for sure was in my early years. This was a bush fire. At the time, the sugar factory was still in swing. So it was a cane field fires. We had those quite often. We were in one of the cane tracks, cane field on both sides, and the wind speed changed, so it pushed the fire so fast. I was on the top of the truck using a line, and the fire literally rolled over like a tidal wave over the truck. All of the hairs on my hand was singed, burnt off. All I could do was just stay on top of the truck and wet myself with the little water that was coming from the line at the time.
Wow.
And the driver of the truck had to literally drag all the hose and everything and just drove out of the cane field.
Wow.
So those are some of the things we have to face. Wind shift, wind speed, that type of stuff. And that would be one of the most scariest for me.
Yes.
Because I was young.
Because I'm getting
I don't even think I had 2 years of services yet.
Wow. So you were still green?
Yeah, really green.
Gosh.
Well, I was brown after that.
What about you, Timothy?
Too numerous to mention. Well, some of my things is not just firefighting, because we do search and rescue and things like that.
Medical as well.
So we would have had instances where we would have had to, let's say, rappel down a well over 100 foot deep.
Wow.
You know, to
rescue
do
somebody.
different things. So it's not just the firefighting aspect, it's a lot of different things for me.
Yeah, he's a daredevil. I just make sure he gets down and back up, but he goes down and comes back up.
Okay. Wow.
Anything
That's commendable.
that is quote unquote risky, you know, I'm there.
Wow. As long as you're saving a life.
Yes, you're right, saving a life.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So can you tell us some of the fire prevention methods?
Okay, so fire prevention. Now, what I would like to say to the general public, you know, have a plan for your house. Fire prevention plan. This would entail exits, making sure that there are proper exits for the house. Not that you have doors blocked and everything. And practicing of these drills. Have drills with your family periodically. Have them in the day, have them in the night. So if anything occurs at any time of the day, your family knows what to do. Have a meeting place where if I come home and there was an incident, I'm not at home, and I reach home, then I know, hey, I expect my family to be, let's say, 2 neighbors down.
That's great advice.
Right.
Okay. And you also have some of the tools.
Some items.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
You wanna
maybe you
show
could
them the
explain to us
driver
what this
light?
is
Yeah.
exactly?
That looks heavy.
Yeah, I couldn't lift it just now.
And what's the bottle inside? Oxygen?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
so
is the manual Jaws of Life.
what this is, we call this Jaws of Life.
He holds that so.
Because
And it's heavy.
it literally saves lives.
Okay.
This is mostly used for vehicular accident, but of course it could be used in other instances.
Okay.
We have two types. We have a manual type. This is a manual type, and we have a mechanical type, which is driven by our engine.
Okay.
So what we basically use this to do is to cut the metal that the vehicles are made from.
Okay.
This is a multi-purpose, by the way. It is used to cut and spread. We have tools that can only cut and one that can only spread, but this one can do both.
Okay.
This is manual because you have to use some real elbow grease to get the work done.
Get that cotton.
That's a whole exercise.
Yes, it is.
Being in the fire service is an exercise. I feel
Yes, it
Everything,
is.
a mental and a physical exercise.
So we use this to spread the doors to make space for cutting.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to spread to actually tear the door open.
So spraying it
Right.
makes the door easier to open.
They give you space because sometimes you need to
Yes,
you may need to cut
okay.
the lock out.
Okay.
So you use this to spread the door open,
spread
and then
it
you use
open,
another
okay.
tool to cut the lock.
Okay, gotcha,
Right.
gotcha.
Because when we have accidents, sometimes the metal just gets twisted up and
Yes,
the
it
persons
does. Yes,
can't
it
get
does.
out. And
Yes.
Okay.
So it helps to open a space for them to come
Right,
out.
that is correct. That is
So
correct.
just
Okay.
by a flipping of this lever,
We change the
change it.
opening or close.
Okay.
That's all you have to do, switch the lever.
Okay.
Okay.
And everything is done by hydraulic pressure,
Okay.
hydraulic fluid on the inside. The pumping action pressurizes the fluid and causes the jaws to close or open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing you would have liked persons of the general public to know from the week of awareness, what would that be? And any of you can answer. What would it be? What is the key thing about being safe or preventing a fire? Because you mentioned prevention and in terms of having a rendezvous point in terms of where your family should go if something happens. But from all of the things that were done during the week, what's the one key thing you want the general public to remember?
safety.
Well, the whole thing is about being safe
Okay.
and exercise good safety measures. We like to say fire is a good servant,
And a bad
but it's
master.
I don't say bad. I say it's a horrible master.
Okay.
When fire leads, it leaves destruction. So we like to encourage our general public to, as much as possible, stay fire safe.